Who's asking the questions? You,
Yeah.
Sweet.
You rolling?
Yeah.
So I'm MEDLEYP. I run a podcast called Gunfingaz, where it started off as something just to talk about grime and bass music, but ended up talking more about different artists that are about in the scene in Derby. But yeah, it's just a little platform for people to understand who the artist is, apart from just listening to their music.
I'm not trying to move like you. Nah, I'm trying to move up. Yeah, I don't really care what you do, blood. I get high with the gang on the weekend, call that crew love. I'm not trying to jump on them man's wave and change and come with a new look. I was born with a heart that is cold. There's not many things that I do love.
My whole family did music. My stepdad was in bands my whole childhood, really. My dad was a bass player, my mum was into music, so I was always around it. But I didn't first start doing it until I was about 10, when my mate did that.
Derby music scene has kind of like an underground feel to it, and it's a really cool community. Like how they all know each other and they all relate to each other quite well. Sorry, they all relate to each other quite well, and like they all want to help each other be something. It's like we're all part of this community. We're going to give this community a push. It's not just about you focusing on you. It's about coming together to focus on the community, and I like that.
You know, the Derby music scene at the minute for me, it's booming still. There's a lot of good artists. There's a lot of youth coming through. There's a lot of versatility, and I think it's really exciting times for Derby as a music scene. You've got kids like Emporia, you've got T-Dot, you've got Beaton, Ella, you know, you've got Gunfingaz, as I mentioned earlier, you've got Eyes, and it's just a big wave right now. There's a lot going on. So for anyone who's not heard of the Derby scene or is unfamiliar with it, I'd say go and check out the artists. Everyone's available on the Instagrams and their socials, so go and dive in, man. It's exciting times. We're also working on a group project, me, Direct, and T-Dot.
On the journey, not in a car, staring out the window, gazing at cars, pump to the veins, know who you are, support the goods for the most like a bra, yeah.
It was like a pre-distort event, like, we had a friend, and he basically wanted a birthday party being done. So we thought we'd throw, an old friend, we thought we'd throw a birthday party for him. So we kind of just put it together with some local talent that he liked, and we did it here, Ryan's Bar is where we are now. They let us do it here, and it was a really, really successful event. Like, a lot of people came through, and it was just for someone's birthday party. Like, it wasn't even like a proper event. And then afterwards, me and Karnage spoke with Sam on the bar, and he basically just said, "Do you want to make this a regular thing?"
After this happened, me and Kiz linked up, and then we were trying to figure out names and what we could do to make this happen. And we were just chilling, talking in like a car park near Abbey Street. And we were just chatting about it, and then it seemed like just an idea at the time, you know what I mean? It just seemed like something maybe, but it was good. We stuck to it, we made it happen.
Right now I don't feel, rush a man down to this face, don't heal, for real. Man would've got licked down and peeled, doubles would've drawn for the steel, for real. Chat like man can't go get a meal when it really goes off, man. Clap like a seal, for real. We don't recognise fake shit, real only recognise.
I think there's a lot of talent, definitely a lot of talent in Derby. A lot more talent than has been in the past. I think right now is the best time for Derby as a whole in music and all sorts of talent. But yeah, on the music scene, it's definitely booming at the minute. I can see a good look in a lot of artists, you know what I mean?
These niggas don't like me.
Well, this is my newest release. The Beaton autobiography. It took 2 years to make this album, and it was made in the shed, which is on the back cover. I used to have an alcohol and drug problem, and I stopped in 2017. And this album is basically the story of that and how it like came into play.
Fastest kid on the planet, like who the fuck could I race him? Sat in the cell and I'm pacing, thinking I need a racing. Trust me, you can't live a positive life if you're constantly hating.
I remember I seen the Beaton and Herania video, and then just a few days later, I actually saw her in real life, and I actually knew Beaton before this because I met him in November. But it's like, you see these artists out all the time, but obviously if you don't know the artist, you don't know the artist. And when you invited me, Brad, to when SBTV came down and Too Hard for TV was filming people as well. I seen so many people there that I see in town and just walk past or at the barbershop or in you know, just around Derby. But because I didn't know they were artists, there wasn't the opportunity to network.
I guess like some people would assume it might be a bit more pressurising because it's female and then male, but it seems alright. But it is like a better opportunity for me to put myself out there because there's not as many, I don't feel as if there's as many female artists in Derby doing music as male artists. So yeah, it's okay.
Now that I'm alone, 'cause right now it's just a ring. Can't come to the phone, and I know it makes no sense, 'cause you walked out the door.
In the past 6 months, yeah, I think anybody from Derby can notice this. Like, social media pages have been popping. Like, I'm Just Darbs, all these ones, Darbs on the Map. And at the same time, that's when I started Gunfingaz. And it's all sort of progressively happened at the same time. Like, bigger things are happening for Derby. Like, I know we get shut down with events, but I do feel the council does have something to do with it, or the way events are being run in the city. Like, I saw a Facebook post from Eyes the other day that he can't do his first headline show in his own hometown. He has to go to London.
Yo, night vision scope on these MCs so I can spot blue key moves in the dark. One phone calling me, calling my G like my man drop my things in the spot. Look MCs can't stay on.
You know I'm a hip hop rapper, and most of the people in the Derby music scene are grime rappers. So it's kind of hard to like be a hip hop rapper and try and flow with the style of grime rappers. Like, I get it. I mean, their community. I need to show them respect and flow with what they have. But I've been grown with hip hop. I've kind of gotten attached to it. So it'd be much more easier if they were neutral and then they're like, it's an open community where your style of music can be appreciated. I'm not saying it's not, but it's not going to be seen the way I want to see compared to like grime.
I actually live this back in the flat. I got batteries flat in the back. Is the pack getting stacking for Christmas? Stacking for Christmas, I rap for a difference.
I used to be jamming, you know, like Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Ludacris. And I used to just love what they did. I used to just listen to it. It used to get me just hyped, you know, them kind of things. But then Dizzy Rascal dropped an album, and Boy in the Corner, and it let me know that people from here could rap. You know what I mean? We're allowed to rap too. It's kind of like confirmation that we can drop a bar. And then I must have just been trying to progress in my writing. Like, I used to have a couple bars here and there. I didn't know 8 bars, 16s, nothing. I didn't know none of that. So I'm just putting bits together. People were like, yo, you're all right, you know, you're all right. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to carry on doing it. And then eventually we went to a course. It was an E2E course back in the day. I don't know if you lot might be too young to remember them things. E2E course. And Jonesy, once again, he was there. But we got to do this project where we got to record one song. So everyone on the project got to record one track. And I went and made a track called Rep Their Zone, Rep My Zone, Rep Your Zone? Rep Their Zone, there we go, yeah, whatever it was. And I must have gave the CD to someone, gone home that night, come out the day after, and everybody knew my name. Like, everywhere I went, people were just gassing me up. So, yeah, something good happened from one CD back them times. That's how I got into this. That's my journey to this day, really, pretty much. Just one tune set me up.
I rock your bars and show some respect to the dogs. I've been putting in work from long. If you didn't get that, you can suck your mouth. That's a violation. I don't care where you're from.
All these other cities are working as units. They've got their little teams, innit? Their units. You know what I mean? Let's work together, man. All talented artists, you know what I mean? Work together. Not necessarily actually work musically together, just support each other's stuff. You don't even have to feature on each other's track, just work with each other, help support each other's movement, and we can push it as a whole. I think that once we've got a good force, that's it, man. It can't be ignored. You know what I'm saying?
Feel like I got my sport back, dropping in the shit to get better where hard at. Fit true to a hard night, but the team's blocked and never do a blast strap. Red Trees did me a favour, I was like tarmac, then I touched roll like tarmac. Can't take me from a joke, MC like a man lie down like Starlax. Already fucked everything in my life, so why would I not try and get it hard back? The DJ, and it's your bars, I get X when you ring, you don't get a call back way. Actually, man gets air like a drop from a launch pad.